Leviticus 22. Any Israelite or any foreigner residing in Israel who sacrifices any of his children to Moloch is to be put to death. People argue over the validity of the Bible and if there is a God or not, but even if on earth there is only man, the worship and murder in Moloch's name is real. And if Moloch is real, then as I have learned of him, too has he learned it of me. A shadow at the corners of crumbling societies, Moloch will always wait to offer fortune and trade for children. For as he appealed to your parents and their parents before them, now he will appeal to you. The Valley of Hinnom, the most infamous site of infant sacrifice and the origin of the earliest record of Moloch. The Bible tells us where our demons come from, the origin of their evils. But Moloch was already there. All we have is a witness. The apostles gave no answer as to where the idol came from, only his sentencing: death to those that worship. A statue of brass and gold with burning outstretched arms and a cavern in its belly. Moloch was seen as a god and a merchant of fortune. Money, political power, anything you desire, only for the price of children. Delivered by the dozen to Moloch, by month and by week. The children were burned alive to be taken by Moloch, and the Canaanites and Phoenicians of Jerusalem prospered. In sacrifice they beat their drums and played their flutes, either to celebrate the ritual or to hide the baby's screams. If Moloch is real, then for a time his following was grand. In the walls of Jerusalem, the stories of pagans, or the books of Phoenicians, there is no mention or sign of him. Only as the Bible mentions Moloch directly is it his recorded history and our origin. It's as if Moloch saw man prosper and chose to simply appear, offering his services and wealth, a salesman preying on the turn of a society. Perhaps he would have made himself known again, but in condemning Moloch, the Bible made his history permanent. In spite of his abhorrent following, humanity will now never forget his name. There's greed and there's desperation, and Moloch always has answers to sell. As the writings and prophets of the Bible expanded, so too did the mention of Moloch, and with mention came a rage in the phrasing of their scripture. The centuries passed and the worship of Moloch remained. In the deserts and beneath cities, as idols were destroyed, so too were they erected. He offered transaction and required nothing more. His arms outstretched, always ready to accept his payment. And in desperation, people would always accept his offer. They always will. Leviticus 18:21. Do not give any of your children to be sacrificed to Moloch, for you must not profane the name of your God. I am the Lord. Jeremiah 32:35. They built high places for Baal in the city of Ben-Hinnom to sacrifice their sons and daughters to Moloch, though I never commanded, nor did it enter my mind, that they should do such a detestable thing, and so make Judah sin. 1 Kings 11:7. On a hill east of Jerusalem, Solomon built a high place for Chemosh, the detestable god of Moab, and for Moloch, the detestable god of the Ammonites. 2 Kings 23:10. He described Tophet, which was in the valley of Ben-Hinnom, so no one could use it to sacrifice their son or daughter in the fire to Moloch. With transaction comes misfortune. When Moloch offers, ultimately he will take. In misfortune comes Moloch. For 40 days Moses stayed on Mount Sinai as the 10 Commandments were made. In his faith he fasted and waited for God. The Israelites were afraid and desperate on their own. And as Moses returned to them, he saw it. Amongst their fear and anger and the patience demanded by God, the Israelites starved in the desert. They were desperate to find help or answers. In those 40 days they constructed an idol, and would face Moses as a testament to the slave's desperation and loneliness, but a golden bull, unmoving and silent, as the slaves danced around him, as Moloch. The idol was destroyed, melted down, and its worshippers forced to drink the gold before they were killed. Moloch was always there. Moloch is always there. In your devotion, God will see you as his creation and answer your prayers. In your weakness, the devil and demons will tempt you into the idea of sin and desires, to act on your impulses. But in your desperation, Moloch will answer you now. In the payment of your children in the future, you are offered results. There is no trick, only the damage of your choices. Moloch offers exactly what you want in trade for the foundation you stand on, and you will always accept, as you always have.